Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Subject Matter. I'm your host, Stephen Jenkins, here with your co-host, Mr. Jonathan Dayton, and special guest, Mr. Xander Johnson. We are experts in absolutely nothing, here to give you our thoughts and opinions on all of it. I forgot to do this today, but next time I'm trying to slow myself down whenever I say that, because I like to cut in the angles for us, and it's like such a quick cut whenever I talk so fast. So I gotta get better at that.
Fair enough.
Before I forget, don't forget to like this episode. Subscribe if you like what you're seeing, which, I mean, how could you not? And, yeah. Let us know. I have no idea what we're about to talk about, so, leave comments about what we end up talking about in the not in the description, in the comments section. That's where the comments go.
Comments.
Yeah. Hi, Xander.
Hi, Steven.
Xander's been on the podcast once before, 3 years ago.
It's been that long?
It's been a very long time.
It was in like the other than your apartment, the oldest set that we had, because it was the church the church basement that we were filming in, and all we had behind us was like a single curtain and the banner. We didn't even have like the lights the way we had it. It was just the fluorescent lights that we were still using. That's the last time Xander
Last time I was on was the church.
Wow.
A long time ago.
Now, did we have you on the, I don't think we did.
Panel?
The panel. When we had the conspiracy theories panel.
I don't think I
I don't
was.
think you were on the conspiracy. So the last time we talked about fast food is what we talked about.
We did.
That's what I forget what the episode was called.
I don't remember,
But
it's
anyway.
been a long time.
Yeah. So what's new, Xander? What are we talking about today?
Oh.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
Life. Just life.
In general.
Well, yeah, what's going on with each other's lives?
Okay.
So what's going on, Xander? What are you doing now?
Working.
Working. A lot?
All the time.
All the
Every
time?
day. I feel like working.
Yeah. All life is different than
It is.
than
There's
kid
a lot
life.
of difference in,
Bills, bills to pay.
I know. Yeah, car insurance, phone bill. Ridiculous.
Everything but you live still with your parents,
I
correct?
do.
So you have no housing.
Not yet.
Okay, fair enough.
Not yet.
But someday you will have your
Someday.
Yeah.
Someday.
You want to move out soon?
I do. Soon.
Do you? Apartment, house? What do you think?
Apartment.
Apartment. The unfortunate thing is there's not a lot of good places to live in Allegheny County. There's some good apartments.
Depends.
Yeah.
Depends.
I've been looking. Not many. That are,
Okay, let me rephrase that. So they don't know that you live in West Virginia. So is there any place in West Virginia that's good near you? Nothing in Short Gap?
no. Houses that are falling down around me. And
It's basically everywhere.
So where do you work?
hospital. Work in the hospital.
Being
He's
a
a-
parking attendant?
He's a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
You're a doctor?
Brain surgeon, Steve.
Okay.
Brain surgeon.
And you're about to start renting your first apartment.
I am.
That's impressive.
As a brain surgeon.
You must have saved up a lot of money.
I did. A lot. Could pay off. No.
Student loans really take it down.
Yeah, no. I work as a security guard, Stephen.
Security.
I bet you see a
Tell
lot.
us about security.
I bet you see a lot of things.
Oh,
Xander.
I'd see a lot of things.
Some you probably could talk about, some you can't talk
A
about.
lot I can't because of HIPAA.
Right.
Violations. HIPAA's a big no-no with us, so we can't say a
Okay.
lot.
Fair enough. Well, what can you say? Lay it on us.
Oh, boy.
How many times have you been punched?
A lot.
A lot.
Spit on, kicked, bit.
What's your favorite thing to have happen?
Favorite thing to have happen?
Like, what's like
Well,
if you're gonna choose one of all of them? What would you? prefer?
I'd rather take a hitter than any of them. I can take a punch. I can't. If you spit on me, I draw a
Yeah,
line.
I'm not a
I can see that.
spit fan.
I draw a line at spit.
I can see that. What do you prefer? what do you prefer to do? I'm not gonna ask that question.
Whoa.
So have you had to? That's not what I meant. have you had to throw down yet?
Steven, I throw down at least 3 times a week.
Okay.
Sometimes 5 times a night. Sometimes once a week. Depends on the night. Depends on the people.
Typically, any specific age range? Have you had to throw down any old ladies or?
Not the old ladies. The old ladies, I can sweet talk them back into their room.
Okay.
I can sweet talk.
Sure. I think that.
What-
So Xander, no, I'll hop out here. So Xander and I did talk about this recently, on the car ride, you see, and we talked about the different things in our community that people don't see. And I think when you work in healthcare, Xander sees things at the hospital that most people in the community don't see on the daily.
And that is a big thing.
Sure.
You don't see half of the stuff that I see just walking around the streets. I mean, you'll occasionally see an overdose here and there, but working in healthcare compared to just being on the street
It's
is a completely different
animal.
It's the side that nobody wants to see.
Well, and I've heard that from you as well, and even one of our other friends who was a volunteer EMS clinician. He was saying the same thing. It's like when you actually go around to places around town, you actually see the stuff. It's a whole different
Yeah,
game.
I think the community it's sad in a way because you see the worst of the worst, and Xander's right. The community in general only sees about 15% of that. The other 85% they don't see. They don't see the people that are sick and the reasons why there's long waits in the ER, or there's fights, or there's drug addicts, or frequent flyers, or the bad stuff that we often complain about. They don't see the true reason behind it. And truthfully, there just isn't enough resources in the area to combat everything that's going on as part of the problem. But healthcare is a whole nother thing. I think that everyone, no matter what job they get or what career they're in, they need to go shadow multiple other jobs to get a taste of what it is.
Of what is
Pretty
actually
cool.
going on.
I would enjoy that. Like I would enjoy myself. I also work in healthcare, but I would enjoy myself riding a trash truck around and collecting trash, or working at a car dealership, like doing other things.
Just to see
what it was
goes
like.
on, yeah.
What it was like and what's going on. So I think as get your driver's license, that's a requirement now.
Get your driver's license, you have to go and shadow on
5 different businesses for one day.
That's similar. I've also heard it posed that, kind of like what Israel does. I don't know how many other places do this, where you have like a mandatory military service once you turn, I guess it's 18 or some. I don't know what the age is.
But probably 18.
It's probably 18 after high school.
Yeah. So, I could see that being a thing, just to get a flavor for it. What would you do? What would be the job that you want to shadow?
The five jobs
each of us want to shadow.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh,
Something that doesn't directly relate to what we're doing.
law enforcement,
Cop,
for sure. Police department.
That's adjacent.
That's adjacent. That's good. Okay.
Fire department, CMS,
Okay.
That's right.
garbage man.
Garbage man.
You mentioned that one. Yeah. If you're like me, you just stay awake and join them on their morning run instead of waking up early.
Yeah, that's true. How many is that? 3?
3.
2 more.
Businessman.
Businessman.
What's a specific business?
Just
Like Wall Street.
Wall Street. Just to see what they do exactly.
Cool. Is that it? Was there one more?
That's 4.
Yeah, that's 4. 5th one. Oh man. Teachers.
Teachers.
Because it's completely different ball game from when I was in school.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Now, where would you want to go? Because, different areas are going to give you a different teaching experience. Any specific place that you'd like to
or grade.
shadow a teacher? Or grade?
Probably elementary school.
Okay.
Okay.
Because those kids, they're little demons. They're little demons.
They can be.
I from teaching them to dealing with them now, I see what goes on most of the time, and
Fair enough.
just like to see how they'd act in school.
That's good. That's a good, decent, wide range of
Professions.
professions. What about you, Jonathan?
Cosmetology. You know why? Cosmetology?
Because you like getting your hair cut all the time.
I do. Well, first off, my hair grows extremely fast, and I have to get a haircut quite frequently. But they gossip the best, I feel like. At the hair salon. I would be so in for that, listening to the gossip all day long. That would be so much fun. Law enforcement would be another one. Kind of adjacent to Xander's current career, but adjacent to firefighting. I think law enforcement would be cool. More in particular, I think in a big city. So not like somewhere around here, but like New York,
Pittsburgh,
Philly,
yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Sure.
Like working in the city aspect would be cool. Military. I think working in the military would be cool. Either, I don't know, Navy, Coast Guard. I don't mind water. So that'd be kind of cool. What else? Something international. Some international. It can be a business person. Maybe it's an ambassador. I don't know what that exactly would be, but something international where I have to travel to other countries. I think that would be kind of a neat aspect. Cool to travel, but also neat to do that type of work. What's something last? What else would I want to do? It's a challenging question. Wall Street's tempting to say Wall Street. Maybe like a. That's kind of adjacent to military and water. I don't know. Let me think on the last one. Will come back to me.
Yeah, I've thought about a few, and if you had asked me this beforehand, I probably could have come up with something. But now that I'm on the spot, I can't think.
It's
of
challenging,
anything.
right?
But one that I can definitely say with certainty. It doesn't matter which one it is, but like a detective, whether it's like an actual like with a badge or like a private investigator.
Right.
I think that would be really cool.
Investigations are cool.
Yeah.
And that too, just seeing how it actually works, because you see it in movies and TV all the time, but what's it actually like would be interesting.
Pretty cool.
Something like that. It sounds kind of out there anyway, but I mean, just like stuff with NASA.
Yeah.
Or like space stuff, obviously,
Yeah.
even if they're not going, just like shadowing and being in the room while all the stuff is going on. I think that'd be really cool. In a similar vein, I think any like manufacturing, specifically like vehicle manufacturing, I think would be really cool. Specifically in the higher level of, okay, these are the designs we're coming up with. I don't know anything about math, but again, just like looking, like being there and watching would be really fun. You said cosmetology. Actually, I like that idea as well. I was trying to think of something that would go the complete opposite direction of these three, like interior design, like home design, something like that.
I love like simulators where you can like
Exactly.
go to them.
Yeah. No, exactly that. That's sort of in the more creative aspect. And then the last one I'll throw in there. I don't know if this is kind of. There's like two variations of this. I don't know if I would do like kind of like what you do, but for more like private security level, like literally.
Oh yeah.
Like celeb. Now that's kind of cheating because then you get to like see celebrities and things like that. But for me, more or less, it's to see how they operate.
Right.
Literally just private. Even if I don't know who it is that they're protecting,
Right.
Something like that would be cool. Or then I used to work at Chick-fil-A, so I've seen back of house Chick-fil-A. And obviously, you work pretty close with the front house. So I've seen customer service on that level. I'd like to see it at a much higher level at like a 5-star restaurant to see how things operate there as compared to fast food. And not just, even something like, you could go to Chili's and get a different experience than what you have at Chick-fil-A. You could go to a local, like, higher end, but not top tier restaurant in like a city. I'm talking about like New York 5-star restaurant type deal, something like that.
Yeah.
I think any of those would just be
cool.
Interesting. I agree with a lot of your others though too, like the trash people and things like that. That's
And when I say law enforcement, I don't mean like local, state. I'm talking
Feds.
ATF, DEA,
okay.
Air
Gotcha.
Marshals, like the U.S. Marshal Service, Fugitive Task Force. Just because you see it on TV, like arrested by U.S. Marshals.
Yeah.
But you don't know the work that they went through to find that guy or that woman or that group of individuals.
Right. Yeah.
Which would be cool to watch, considering that's what I want to go into.
Sure.
Eventually down the road.
Flight attendants or like pilots in general.
No, that was my fifth
That would
one.
be another one.
I would love to be a commercial airline pilot. We've talked about this on the podcast before, that I like airports. I really don't mind airports, but I like travel, and I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Not only to see other places, because you'd be flying from cities all across the United States, but also just meeting different people, interacting. Like, I wouldn't be the pilot that just sits in the cockpit and just flies and then lands and gets off and does my own thing. I would like to talk to the people that are boarding the plane.
See, I want to be the pilot. I like that.
Yeah.
My dad was a pilot for years. I don't know if you knew that, but he was a pilot for years. And I've always thought I don't have the mental fortitude to be a pilot, but like I like the idea of that if I did,
You'd be a good pilot, though. Yeah. I think you'd be a good pilot.
There's like, because the way he's described it, there's so much stuff going on at once. I could learn it. It's just
Birds.
Makes me nervous. So yes, that exactly. Of course, that's exactly how he described it.
So we talked about 5 careers that we want to try and experience. What would be your and we kind of talked about what our dream. Xander touched on like what he wants to get into. What would be like your dream career? Like if you weren't doing something now, and you didn't have the option to do what you're doing now, all three of us, what would we want to do? Break.
I've always had my heart set on law enforcement in one way or another. Ever since I was a young kid, because I've had family members in law enforcement, I've had family members in the military, and
He's a criminal.
I'm a criminal. Yeah. I'm a master criminal, Stephen. If you didn't know that about me, no. What I really want to do is marshals, fugitive task force. That's something I've always found interesting.
Go find bad people and arrest them.
Chase them down and.
I like it. Marshal is cool. What's a movie? There's a Marshal movie out there that's really cool.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
If you think of it, send it to me. I'll pop it up on screen.
Where the plane crashed.
Air Force One.
He's the air marshal.
No, there's a. I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna show
Is
you.
it a true? Is it a true story?
Honestly, I have no idea, but it's a really good movie.
Okay. Does it have Tom Hanks in it?
not
Talking about Sully?
No.
No.
Gerard Butler.
Yes.
It's plain. He was a pilot.
Wait, that just came out last year, though. Is that what you're referring to?
No.
It's a newer movie.
It's fantastic. What you're talking
it is
about.
one of the
No, this is an old. This is an old movie. Gerard. There's a guy in the movie named Gerard. But it's about a plane, a guy that got arrested, and he was on a plane. They're on a plane. They were flying somewhere, and the plane crashed. And the fugitives landed in the river, and they all spread out, and they caught all of them but one person, and the whole movie centered on this one person.
Interesting.
That escaped.
That is very similar to the movie you and I were talking about.
The movie that we're talking about, yeah.
But it's really cool. I'm going to find it. We're going to put it in the comment section.
Okay.
And
Well, I'll just throw it up on screen.
Yeah,
It's already been up there. You don't need to do that. It was already up there the first time we saw it. What about you, Jonathan? What would you go
Oh
and do?
man, put me on the spot. Something that I would like to do.
I can go first if you want.
No, I got one.
I actually have mine. So
Okay, good.
all right, I would do. I was thinking interior design. I would probably want to do something with music, whether it be like songwriter or actual like musician, stage performer, something like that. I think that's what I would do. That's cool. And that's sort of a hobby that I would want to pursue at some point anyway. But if I didn't do what I was doing now, I think that's probably where I would go.
So originally it was medical school, right? So cliche answer here would be going to medicine. I'm not gonna say medicine. And I also really hate math. Like I don't like math.
Same.
But I think finance would be cool. Like in finance is in a way like business finance. So not an accountant or a CPA that sits behind a computer all day long, like types in numbers, but like financial business where you own multiple businesses and your properties and real estate, like that type of financial stuff, like financial business stuff. I think it'd be cool. I like the autonomy and the flexibility of having stuff make profit for you without you actually having to
Yeah,
be
passive income.
there. And so I think stocks and Wall Street and owning things, I think that would be a cool business to get into.
Another fun one would
Which
be
is hard to get into in general, just because people often say, well, this would be a way to make passive income. But yeah, in a way, but you also have to have the income first to invest into it to make that return.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, we can get a loan. Yeah, you can, but also a lot of people that get into it have capital from other entities.
correct.
Lined up. So it's a lot harder than what people think.
Yeah, a lot of those. These are the top 5 ways to
Learn.
whatever.
Yeah,
All
passive.
right, yeah,
TikTok.
sure.
Yeah, it's like, nah. Read this book and give you all these tips, and now, nah.
Yeah. Buy products on Amazon and review them. I don't have money to buy products on Amazon to review them.
Or you can buy things at wholesale and then resell them on Amazon. But then who's going to give you?
You can do that. That's like a lot of startup
There's
stuff.
a lot of startups that get involved here.
You know, not to sound lazy, but it's like, okay, this isn't just like you can accomplish this tomorrow type deal.
It's like a multi-year process, and you have to be really invested for that multi-year process.
All right, what is this is an interesting question.
Okay.
What is we'll say shady type of thing that if you were a morally lesser person, okay, a slightly morally corrupt person, okay, what is the profession, if you will, that you think you could be good at? Not that you would choose. We're not going to make, not going to give anybody leeway to arrest us here. But what's something that you would think you'd be good at?
I don't know. That's a hard one. Something I don't know.
Okay.
That's okay.
I got one.
You got one?
So, you're not really morally unethical here or corrupt, but so I watch a lot of TikTok, the folks that buy and sell jewelry and watches. Mm-hmm. What baffles me about this business is it's a huge business, like Rolexes and APs and Richard Milles. Like the watches are a big industry, but like in the video, these people will go to somebody, negotiate a watch, buy it from you for $10,000, and then go to someone else and sell it to them for $11,000.
Right.
And basically just lie to this person that they got it for this price.
Yeah.
And no one hates anybody because it's just a business model and everyone does it. But like you have to be somewhat morally unethical to go just lie to someone's face to sell them a product just to make your profit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going to say, and in the same vein of like scam artist kind of is what I was.
They're not scam artists, and it's just a big business, and that's how the business works. But it would be hard for me just to go with someone and just lie to their face,
Right.
Yeah.
to sell something, knowing real well that I didn't buy it for $11,000, I bought it for $10,000, and when I sell it to you for more, I'm making a profit.
Yep.
Something that involves constantly changing my identity, whatever that is. I think I might be interested in that. Not literally
Multiple
interested,
IDs,
but like
multiple IDs.
Yeah, like somebody bumps into me on the street, my
You didn't know
wallet falls
Steven
out.
used a
Like,
fake ID at the bar last year, so
yeah, sounds like me.
I could see you doing that.
I'm over 21.
Yeah.
I always use that fake ID.
Yeah.
It's true. What about you, Xander?
Mine would be a combination of both yours.
Yeah.
I feel like I can be able to pull both of it off.
at the same time.
Yeah.
You can do multiple cities. You can
Okay.
like travel around.
I mean, go to cities people don't know you.
Sure.
Use a different ID.
It's possible. Like the type of thing where you're the type of person who tries to artificially like raise a bid on something to get the value to go.
Value up.
Like you're trying to sell something and then you have either you yourself pretending to be somebody else or a friend as like this third party trying to artificially raise whatever you're trying to sell to make more people in, something like that.
Cool. So I'd have a beef. So we talked about a couple things, and this is completely unrelated to the conversation. But we talked about IDs, about fake IDs.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't about fake IDs. But what irritates me the most, and this has never really applied to me,
Okay.
Applebee's does not allow you to use vertical IDs,
Yep.
even if you're 21.
Yeah,
and
they
you know,
gotta be
and you
horizontal.
know how much it irritates me. I don't. There's probably a really good reason why to do it, because if it's a vertical ID, then they automatically know that it's 21, or I don't know what the rule is here or reasons why. But it really irritates me that people that are 21 that legally can drink can show them their ID that's a valid form of ID because they drive with it, and they deny them a drink because of it. That's just my rant for the day.
Yeah.
This has been Reigns with Jonathan about vertical IDs. Stay tuned next week to hear Jonathan rant about non-vertical IDs.
Yes, I
The
might.
funny thing about the ID situation, at work, I've had people with 8 different IDs with different names,
Different
but
states.
the same picture, different names, different states,
Very interesting.
and we don't know who they are.
Interesting.
Can never find them out.
I also want to plan a heist. A heist with a group of friends.
I've always wanted, so they don't do this that often. Like there's companies that do this, but I always wanted to be part of a crew that tests out security of other facilities.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Like try
That'd
to
be fun.
purposely break into other places to test their security. The hard part is if that place has like lethal force or has weapons or security guards, like you don't want to get hurt. So there has to be a level of some people have to know a little bit about it.
Right,
But at the
yeah.
same time, it's I think that would be
the planning of
that
trying
would
to
be
figure out
so
how to-
cool.
Yeah.
That would be a cool job. That'd be one of my 5. I'll add that 5 plus 1.
Yeah, I agree with that one. All right, last question. What is something that you just cannot at all see yourself doing at all in any scenario? Something you would just never be satisfied or ever want to do.
Anything for me, anything where I'm stuck behind a desk for 5 days a week, doing 9 to 5. Can't do it. I have to have a little bit of flexibility in there. Like I don't mind a desk job in 9 to 5, but I need to have flexibility, like where I can go work outside the office, or work from home, or work from other people, or check on people, round on folks if I have a
Flexibility.
team,
Right.
or be out in the field doing
Sure.
something. I can't sit there for 40 hours straight in a week. I sit at my desk a lot, but I have also the flexibility to go and do other things.
Good.
I'm the same way. I can't sit, and,
Yeah.
and stare at walls or a computer. I have to be up moving, and for me, it has to be something different each day. Which is why the career I'm in, not really the career I'm in, but the field I want to go into, is completely like off the wall. Like each day is so different. You never know if you're like gonna walk into the building and everything's gonna be fine, or you're gonna walk in and get hurt.
Just something that's not mundane.
Yeah, something that's not.
Yeah.
I can't be on a routine. It has to be different. Each day.
I don't think I could ever do construction. Like I'm not against like even manual labor stuff, but I just don't want to do construction specifically. Especially, I mean, like, yeah.
I thought you were just.
Well, that too. But the construction, like just being out, no matter the weather. Well, unless it's raining, I guess. But no matter the weather, and doing that type of thing all day. And again, like if it's, I could even do like yard work. I could see myself doing that a lot sooner than I could do like regular construction stuff. But yeah, desk job. I guess I don't know. There's ways for me to make that interesting, but
Not construction.
Yep.
Fair enough.
All right.
This episode.
Xander.
It's like career. It's
Good to have you.
It's like career day episode.
Yes. Why? That's the title of the episode.
Career Day.
Thank you. Now I know what I can title before I re-edit the episode. So perfect. Thank you all for liking. Thank you for commenting, and thank you for subscribing. And now we know. Comment down below all of the things we talked about. What do you want to do? What have you done, and what do you not want to do? And what would you do if you were a shady person? Let us know. Everything down in the comment section. And anything else to add? Xander?
That's all.
That's it?
Live life to the fullest.
Wise words by Xander Johnson.
This has been Master Oogway with Xander Johnson.
That's right.
Jonathan, anything else?
I have nothing.
As always, we don't have an outro. We'll see you later.